The big game is fast approaching, but wait, you still haven't got your tickets. You've spent hours searching, but you're still confused about ticket prices. Time to stop searching. Visit ticketcompare.com. We compare ticket prices for all the popular leagues and tournaments for you. We work only with the most trustworthy sites, so you can have peace of mind when buying your tickets. Compare prices, buy tickets, get to the game. Ticketcompare.com. Buying tickets made simple.
But I don't think I've ever seen a manager look any happier than you did when that goal went in. Can you sum up the emotion when that ball hit the back of the net?
I think it was reward, not relief. I think the performance deserved at least the opportunity to go to Wembley in a replay. I thought the first half was magnificent, the way that we took the game to the opponents. And it was a real test, and it was what I wanted to do and what I've always wanted to do if I was, potentially a Premier League manager playing against Tottenham. Why not? Why not try and take them on? Why not try and win the game? And it could have been footballing suicide, but I thought we gained the respect. And for us to score the goal that we did and going 1-0 at half time, it was tremendous. It was a marvellous feeling for them players to have been part of the first half. The second half, we mentioned at half time that the players, you're going to get tested more so in the second half than you ever have done. Fatigue, making good decisions, knowing that the opposition are probably going to have a lion's share of opportunities and the ball. But I thought the players were magnificent in the response to both goals, and for us to get that late equaliser, wow, that was raw emotion, not just from me, from a group of players, from the staff and from the supporters as well. But straight away you have to retain your composure. The game's still alive, and really, really pleased that the players have got the reward to go to Wembley.
You've got a lot of work to do yet at the bottom of League One, so how much can you look forward to a night out at Wembley?
Well, we've got games between now and Wembley, there's no question about that, but we're top of League Two. We're still overachieving. And this gets lost in the wash. It doesn't with my chairman, the board of directors, the players. We're massively overachieving at the wrong end of League One. But we spend honest money. We make ends meet. We don't end up in debt after the season's campaign and think, oh no, what are we going to do next season? Oh no, what are we going to do the season afterwards? And to be quite honest with you, over the 4 years that I've been at the football club, it could have happened at any time that we end up in the position that we're in. But we've always been really overachieving, and we're doing the same now. And I've got a good group of players that I love working with, but unfortunately this season we've made too many individual errors. We've played like that numerous times this season, whether it would be MK Dons away, whether it be Shrewsbury at the beginning of the season. At Portsmouth, first game of the season, we got a silly sending off, but we've made too many mistakes, and those mistakes have been severely punished, and that's why we end up being bottom of League One or top of League Two.
And can you feed off tonight when it comes to Wednesday night against MK Dons, when there'll only be maybe a couple of thousand here? Can you feed off the energy of tonight?
Well, I think the players have to. They have to sort of try and go again in a similar manner, treat it as equally important, the occasion, play free of any pressure. I try and take as much pressure as I can off the players, but ultimately the players have to accept responsibility for the position that we're in and the performance or the individual mistakes that they're making. If we clean that up, the performances will start mirroring better, more positive results. But the performances have been very similar.
Sydney enjoy it?
I think so. He's had to go on with his mum, because I'm doing the press too much. Normally he drives home with me, but special night tonight, and again, I lost my dad this time last year, 25th of February, and the last time I was at Wembley I took my dad, and I will be taking Sydney, and hopefully he will be mascot.
Keith, did you think the penalty for Tottenham was a fair decision?
I've not seen it again, but I've been led to believe that he's looking for it, and why not? We get too involved in controversy. If a centre forward or a midfield player feels as though there's a penalty opportunity to be gained, brilliant. Whether it's Dele Alli, whether it's Steve Davies, whether it's Ian Henderson, Andy Cannon, it doesn't really matter. I wouldn't hold it against him, and if he does it for England in the summer and we win the World Cup, I'll be certainly supporting him.
Do you think that was the game done, Keith, when the penalty went in?
Yes, because fatigue levels were so high. and psychologically it could have been a real impact, but it wasn't. And again, I was really thankful that the opportunity dropped to Steve Davies. His best finisher at the football club. Ian Henderson will argue that, because I thought Ian Henderson's finish was superb. But again, it could have been over. But again, I feel as though the performance, regardless of whether it had been 2-1 to Tottenham, was good. And I feel as though the plan that we delivered as a group of players was for the footballing world to see that you can be positive no matter your opposition to win a game.
How pleased are you for Steve? He has problems with injury. It must be delighted for Steve to get that goal at the end.
You know he's going to score. You know he's not fit enough at this moment in time to start games, but he could be vital for us as a substitution. You know, going into the embers of the game. I thought Stephen Humphries was magnificent, by the way. I thought Ian Henderson, wow. You know, for somebody 33 years of age, why he's not playing in the Championship, it'll probably only be his choice.
Well, you mentioned the club cuts its cloth accordingly, but have you guys any idea financially how much this game and a replay and everything associated with it will be worth to this club?
No, a lot of the money that we've earned has gone into the pitch. That's been a heavy investment, and the rest will go towards supporting the football club for probably the next 2 or 3 seasons. You know, with also the money that we receive for selling players like Scott Hogan, Jamie Allen, for example, and there might well be others in the summer, because we have got some good players, and I've got players who can definitely play Championship and potentially in the Premier League. But all I do know is that we will cut our cloth again accordingly. We won't be in any debt, financial football debt, and that's, you know, it's a relief for the football club, and for me as a manager, it's something that I value, you know, as part of my job, to make sure that I don't leave the football club financially strapped.
Is that important to you? People talk about the FA Cup and whether big clubs care, but a club like this means a lot, but it means a lot to the community as well, a club like this.
Well, it has done tonight, definitely. And I think that big clubs do care, the big players do care about cup competitions. They might only care when they're stepping out to Wembley in the final or the semi-final, or it becomes more important to them. You know, but I certainly would never devalue, you know, the FA Cup or any cup competition or the possibility of a replay. You know, I just think it's another game. We all want to play football, and we certainly won't moan about the amount of games that we've got remaining. But from a community point of view, I thought that it brought everybody together tonight. Not just the occasion, but the performance as well.
What does that set-piece game at Wembley mean for the club, for the players, for you to play Tottenham there?
Probably means we'll get beat, realistically. But we'll embrace it again. I think that you get one opportunity, regardless of how many times Pochettino is an analyst, staff have watched us. It's difficult to actually, you know, see what's coming. But they've seen it now. They've felt it. They'll be aware of it. I don't know what side they'll pick. It might be a hindrance because they're doing exceptionally well in the Premier League and obviously in the Champions League. We might get another opportunity, but I think the opportunity is for the lads to play at Wembley against Tottenham Hotspur. I'm not too sure about anything else. We will try and win the game. But if we was to try and win the game in the manner that we have done tonight, it could be a more flattering scoreline for the opponents.
Any more, guys?
Okay, thank you very much.